Today, because Jade, on take number 6, still doesn't know how to use the microphone, so I'm just going to fill in for Jade today while she sits here and looks pretty. This is Packcast. Grossi Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi, and I'm Jade Grossi, and today we're going to go through Week 7 in the NFL, taking a look at the predictions, but first, we got a sponsor. We got SeatGeek, where you can buy and sell tickets to all of your events, whether it's a football game, whether it's a quinceañera, a bar mitzvah, or your birthday party. Because you're that popular, you can buy and sell tickets on SeatGeek, which I just said. They're not going to be my sponsor anymore after this episode. But if you decide to buy tickets from SeatGeek, if you enter promo code in Tom Grossi, you save 20 smackaroos. So that's it. That's it. You just save $20. And I make money. It helps the show out. Helps you out. Everybody's happy. So yeah, for your first time purchase, you can put that in there. Tom Grossi, thanks for helping out. Now, taking a look at last week, I went 10-5 on the week. Oof. Beautiful. Going 51-40-2 on the season. Now, Jade went 6-9 on the week last week. Brutal. Shut up, Tom. I like the Vikings. Thanks, Jade. And she is 43-48-2 on the season. So it looks like I am pulling away. Who knows what could happen this week? Now, the important thing is that the Packers can't lose this week because they got a bye. And more importantly, Jade can't pick against the Packers because they're on a bye. I picked them last week and they almost blew the game. Jade, I'm really tired of your back talk. Please keep yourself in line. I apologize to our viewers. So, that being said, let's take a look at this week's game. First of all, on Thursday night, the behemoth of a game, the Denver Broncos versus the Arizona Cardinals, in what might be the worst Thursday night football game of the season. That being said, the Broncos, I think they can get the win here, but I'm going to pick the Cardinals at home because the Broncos just haven't really been looking too strong. Jade?
Well, I like horses, and I like birds. I like red birds. So...
Jade, can you please pick sometime this year? Please, I just want to go to sleep.
I think I'm going to pick the Cardinals.
Is that right? God. 1-1. All right, we did it. So far, so good. All right, Jade picks the Cardinals. She picks the Red Birds. Moving on to the Titans versus the Chargers. The Titans, after looking phenomenal for the past few weeks, have really started to take a turn for the worse, getting slapped by the Baltimore Ravens, are going up against the LA Chargers. That being said, I think the Chargers have a dynamic offense enough to put them away, so I'm going to go with the Chargers. Jade?
Oh, this is a tough one because neither of them are animals. Thinking about it, your name starts with a T, and the Titans start with a T, and I hate both of those things. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. Is that right? No? Never mind. Scratch that. I'm going to go with the Titans because I love my husband and his titanic arms.
Not going to check for a correction on that one, but great pick, Jade. Moving on to the Panthers and Eagles. Yeah, you just need to keep feeling it. It's in there somewhere. The Panthers and Eagles. Now, the Panthers are abysmal on the road. The Eagles are really good at home. Panthers, a little wishy-washy, not consistent this season, but the Eagles, same thing. After suffering a loss to the Vikings, I think the Eagles are going to bounce back on this one and take the win. Jade?
Oh, I love my kitty cats. So, I was thinking about Panthers because of the Jungle Book last week, and we couldn't figure out what that cat's name was. But I think I figured out what the cat's name is this week, and I'm gonna go with the Panthers. Is what I would have said if I was gonna pick the Panthers, but I'm not going to, and instead I'm gonna pick the Eagles because I'm gonna soar to victory.
Some great analysis, Jade. Really, I have to say, this is probably the best you've ever been. You're really on tonight. Just on. I don't know what that was. Like a John Cena kind of... Yep, you just did a John Cena. Wait, where'd you go? That was an I can't see her joke. Wrestling. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Then we have the New York Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Jets have rebounded a little bit and are playing pretty well at home, but the Vikings, after a big win over the Eagles, I think, unfortunately, the Vikings are going to take this one and beat the Jets.
Oh, this is my team. Oh, purple nipples. Well, Tom Grossi is the better Grossi of the two, so, I'm always going to pick the Vikings, even if they're against the Packers, even though this entire show is called Packcast, because I want to send Tom to an early grave. So I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings. I'm nodding.
All right, moving on as I nod off to the Bills and the Colts. The Bills, Josh Allen is currently injured. Not really sure if he's going to be able to suit up. And Peterman is, well, he's like the worst thing since the bubonic plague. I think Andrew Luck, while they're not doing great, he keeps on throwing the ball and scoring lots of points. So I'm going to go with the Colts here.
Oh, here we go again. It's the Bills and the Colts. When I pick the Bills to win, they don't win. When I pick the Bills to lose... Sorry, I burped and my voice cracked a little bit. They don't lose. So I got to figure out what I want to do here. I opened my wallet earlier today, and I saw some dollar bills. So because of that, I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. Is what I would have said if I was going to pick the Buffalo Bills. It turns out being married to a comedian and a podcaster means I have no bills in my wallet. And so because of that, I'm going to go with the Colts.
Some great sound effects and analysis from Jade. Moving on to the Patriots versus the Bears. The Patriots having a great game against the Chiefs. And this is in Soldier Field, so they're going to be going into the Bears' den. That being said, I think Tom Brady is still going to pull off a victory considering how many points they put up against Kansas City. I know it was at home, but I think the Bears' defense is not going to be able to hold them down since they lost to Brock Osweiler. Brock Osweiler, Jade, they lost. They lost to Brock Osweiler. You don't know who that is, but that's okay. I'm going to pick the Patriots to win here. Screw you, Bears.
Oh, well, I think I speak for everybody here when I say that I hate the Patriots. I just hate them so much. And, our friend Craig is a Bears fan. And, hi, Craig. How are you? I think I'm gonna go with the Bears this week. Coming out of Soldiers Field, I think they're just gonna be the soldiers of justice that is gonna put down the smacketh on the Patriots. That's what I think. Sorry, Tom. I don't care about your feelings.
I know that, Jade. We've been married for 3 long years. I know my feelings are irrelevant to you. Moving on to the Battle of the Bees. And I'm not talking about what Jade is being right now. I'm talking about the Browns and Buccaneers. Oh! That being said, the Buccaneers, I think, should win this game, but I like the Browns. I like an underdog, literally, because they're a dog. So I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns.
Well, speaking of bees, I hope you get locked in a cage full of bees, Tom, and I hope they sting you and then eat your face, 'cause bees produce honey, and I ain't very sweet right now, 'cause I'm pretty upset with what you just said.
Well, Jade, I think I took it a little too far, and I wanted to apologize for my last comment, and I love you. You're not a B. You're an A to me.
Tom, that was the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life, and I forgive you forever, and we can have lovemaking time this evening.
Jade, that sounds wonderful, and I'm so glad that I got that on camera.
Yup, that's right. I may be sleeping, but go to town.
Jade, that's not consensual, and even though we are married, that is not right and is wrong, and I would never take advantage of you in that situation.
Oh, Tom, you're so sweet, like the lovemaking we'll be doing later.
Oh, I look forward to it, dear.
Oh, me too, coitus. All right, moving on. I gotta pick between the Browns and the Buccaneers. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers here, because I like pirate ships. Am I right? I'm right! Woohoo!
All right, I love how you are slowly morphing into a cartoon character, but we'll see where this goes and what accent we end up by the end of the night. Moving on to the Texans and the Jaguars. The Jaguars, oof, they may be able to take down a Cayman, but they could not take down the Cowboys last week. They're going up against the red-hot Texans, who have won 3 in a row, and the Jaguars are going in the opposite direction. While momentum would say the Texans, I think the Jaguars are going to have their bounce-back game here, and they're going to take the win. Jade?
Oh, man, well, here's a classic tale of kitty cats versus people from Texas. A lifelong tale that I was read to as a child. Actually, as a child, I grew up. We didn't really have a lot of books. Instead, we just had our imagination. And I imagine that the Jaguars are going to win this week. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, Jade. Great analysis, as always. Moving on to the other NFC North team that's not the Packers. You have the Dolphins versus the Lions. Ooh, this is going to be tough for Jade. The Lions have a lot of momentum, but the Dolphins coming off a big win against the Chicago Bears. I'm going to say Brocktober continues, and the Dolphins take the win here. Jade?
Oh, well, again, another tough one, considering the Lions pick would make you upset, and that would make me happy. Or the Dolphins, hi, Heather, who's our friend. So, this is a toughie, but I think I'm going to go with the Lions here, because I just want to crush your spirit while you're down. But, you know what? Maybe I'm having... What is this? Is this sympathy? I've never felt this feeling before. It feels weird. I want it out of me. I guess I'll pick the Dolphins. Tom, I love you.
Thank you, Jade. I love you, too. Moving on to the Saints and the Ravens. The Ravens putting the smacketh down on their last opponent, and the Saints doing the same. This is a tale of a high-powered offense versus a high-powered defense. I think the Ravens are going to take this one because the Ravens are at home. Drew Brees is going to struggle a little bit, even after breaking some records last week. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. Jade?
Oh, well, I do like birds, but I'm pretty sure I drafted a Saints player back in the summer of '62, and he was on my fantasy team, and, I think I also played when the Saints go marching in band practice in the summer of '55 when I was a ripe 96 years old. So I think I'm going to go with the Saints on this one. But you know what? Nostalgia needs to die. I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one.
All right, Jade. Really flip-flopping more than Mitt Romney back here. But hey, listen, they're your picks. Moving on to the Cowboys and Redskins, a tale of racism, and that is the American tale. I think the Cowboys, after a great win over the Jaguars, are going to continue rolling. They're going to stomp out the Redskins. That just sounded racist coming out of my mouth. But, Jade?
Well, I hate the Cowboys, and I don't like racism, because racism's bad. Stay in school, kids. I'm going to go with the Native American team, the Redskins, which again is not politically correct, but it is the name of the team.
Wow. You've given me a lot to think about. You're just so wise. So wise. Moving on to the Rams and the 49ers. The 49ers giving the Packers all that they could possibly handle, but they're going up against the only undefeated team in the NFL, the Los Angeles Rams. I think the Rams are going to curb stomp the 49ers this weekend. So Rams. Jade?
Well, you just made a pretty convincing argument, Tom. So I'm going to go with the Rams, too.
Hey, listen. Sometimes we're just on the same page. It's like we can finish each other's
sentences.
Exactly. Moving on to the Sunday night game where the Chiefs are going to be featured in their second primetime game in a row, going up against the Bengals. Bengals have a pretty good defense, but I think the Chiefs are going to rebound with that high-powered offense and get the job done. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Well, I already picked one Native American team, so I could pick another, with the Chiefs. But then again, the Bengals, I do love them kitty cats. If I could, I'd have a whole farm of kitty cats. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't take a breath mint before the show went on. Oh no. Yeah. My name's Jade and my breath smells real bad. I gotta learn how to say it, not spray it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go with the kitty cats, with the Bengals. But you know what? Chiefs are good too. Let's go with the Chiefs.
All right, Jade, that sounds good. And finally, our Monday night game, we have the New York Giants versus the Falcons. Now, Jade, I have a feeling I know who you're going to pick.
I'm going to pick the Falcons because fuck the Giants.
Jade, Jesus Christ. This is a family show, and you can't be using that kind of poo-poo caca language on my program. Unacceptable. You want to explain yourself?
Yeah, well, Saquon Barkley is really the only member of the Giants who is doing well. And, that team really is just falling apart. They don't have an offensive line. They don't have a defense. Eli Manning's 150 years old. And Saquon Barkley really is the only guy who's leading the team. So, that made me my pick pretty easy, Tom.
Jade, that was some great analysis. Really doing your homework this week. Nicely done. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree with Jade here. I think that the Falcons are going to take this because the Giants really, they only have Saquon, like Jade said, they really only have Saquon Barkley. So I'm going to go with the Falcons here. Yeah. You could always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TomGrossi Comedy, or Tom Grossi Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, and of course the Facebook and on Patreon. You could also pick up a debut comedy album, Allergic to Fun, physical copies at TomGrossiComedy.com, or digital copies on iTunes and Amazon. Also, again, check out that SeatGeek promo code. Save yourself $20 by entering in Tom Grossi. And you can check out podcasts on SoundCloud, Google Play Music, iTunes, and of course here on the YouTube. We have episodes at least 3 times a week, and we also do stream every Packers game. This past Sunday was phenomenal, so come on, join us for a stream, and we can laugh and cry together. Also, in less than 20 days, I'll be running the New York City Marathon for Parkinson's research. If you wanted to donate on my behalf, the link is in the description down below. They get 100% of the proceeds, so check them out. They're a great organization. But this has been week 7 in predictions in the NFL. It should be a good week. I hope so. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi.
And I'm Jake Grossi.
And as always, go Pack Go. I think that was your best episode yet.
Am I allowed to talk now?